See Ginger Gadsden only on News 6. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 4 p.m.
Now at 4, with just a few days left for early voting, some people are seeing long lines at some popular polling locations. We take a look at the wait time so you can plan your day. But first,
I can't physically do it anymore. I'm too tired. And where are we going to go? Nobody's going to buy our homes.
Leaders in one local city are meeting right now to discuss the historic flooding from Hurricane Milton. Neighbors say sewage backed up into their yards. This is News 6 at 4. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
And I'm Lisa Bell. There is a special workshop happening where neighbors in Holly Hill are trying to get results. News 6's Troy Campbell joins us live from there right now. So, Troy, what's happening?
Well, that meeting is starting right now as we speak in the building here behind me. We've been watching residents come and fill this parking lot as they made their way inside. During this workshop, this is an opportunity for residents and city leaders to speak about possible solutions after what they say was historic flooding from Hurricane Milton. So we're going to head inside now, listen to what residents and city officials have to say, and we'll bring you all the updates at 6 o'clock. Until then, live in Volusia County, Troy Campbell, getting results, News 6.
All right, Troy, we'll see you then. Thank you. Let's take you outside for a live look at our Daytona Toyota and DeLand Kia camera in Daytona Beach. It looks beautiful out there right now, but there's some rough surf on the coast and a few isolated showers.
Meteorologist Julie Broughton is pinpointing all of that for us tonight. Julie?
Yeah, and that was a beautiful shot, but you could tell there by looking at the surf that it is a little rough out there. So keep in mind if you do have plans to head to the coast, we are looking at an elevated threat of rip currents heading right on into the weekend. We're talking about some pretty rough surf out there as well, and small craft advisories in place as well. As we take a look for you down to the south in Brevard County, this is our Launch Credit Union camera out at Port Canaveral. We have a nice ship there, but notice you can see how windy it is with those palm trees. Really, those winds coming in out of the east around 17 miles per hour, though really pleasant right now, sitting at 82 degrees. The radar scanning out for us showing most of us are dry, but because of those strong winds coming in out of the east, we have seen showers moving from east to west. Most of those have now moved into areas like Polk County, but we can't rule out a few more isolated showers as we get through the rest of the evening. We'll talk more about that. And of course, take a look ahead to your trick-or-treating forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Julie, thank you. We are working to learn more about a shooting that killed a 19-year-old. We first told you this is breaking news earlier today at noon. Deputies say the shooting happened overnight at the corner of West Celeste Street and South Washington Avenue. That's in South Apopka. Investigators are identifying the teen as Daquan Chester. They did not release any further details on a suspect, though. As soon as we get more information, we'll keep you updated. Today, civil rights attorney Ben Crump announced he is calling for charges against an officer who he says tased a man. It caused Thomas Farley to be paralyzed from the neck down. According to a case report, it happened in June in the area of Tree Ridge Lane and Forest Knoll Drive. That's in Palm Bay. Police responded to a group of people hanging around the area and being aggressive toward customers at a Circle K gas station. When officers arrived, they said the group ran off, including Farley. Officers said that's when they used a taser and Farley fell face forward onto the ground. News 6's James Barbero is looking into the case and speaking to Farley's family. He'll have a full report and new body cam video coming up on News 6 at 5.
Today, the presidential candidates are making their final push toward Election Day. Vice President Harris and former President Trump both held rallies in North Carolina today, and they both plan to be in Wisconsin tonight. Meantime, Central Florida is seeing record turnout for early voting, so much so that election leaders in Orange County are expanding some check-in sites to better accommodate voters. News 6's Angie Quesada gives us a look at the polls. Angie, thank you. We asked other counties about their wait time so you can better plan out your day. In Volusia County, they are averaging between 10 minutes to 25 minutes during peak voting times. In Flagler, they are seeing 20 to 30 minutes from 10 a.m. to noon and 15 minutes or less after 12 p.m. And in Osceola and Lake counties, their wait times are around 15 minutes or less. Early voting will continue throughout the weekend until Sunday, November 3rd. Election Day is on Tuesday, November 5th.
Amendment 1 is on the ballot for Florida voters, and it could change how school board elections are held.
News 6 anchor Justin Wormuth is here to break down that amendment for us and what it could mean for you, Justin.
Yeah, Lisa, currently Florida school board candidates run without any party affiliation, and voters can choose any of the qualified candidates. But if this amendment passes, it would allow candidates to declare a party as either Democrat or Republican starting November 2026. All right, so the bottom line is that a yes on Amendment 1 would mean you're in favor of changing school board races from nonpartisan to partisan elections. And if you vote no on Amendment 1, it stays the same, party-free. Lisa?
Justin, thank you. There are several key races and constitutional amendments on your ballot that could impact you on a national, state, and local level. So we put together a full guide for you. Just look for this story on clickorlando.com/results 2024. And be sure to join us as we take an in-depth look at the races and issues on Tuesday's ballot. Results 2024, a News 6 election special, will air on Sunday and Monday at 3 in the afternoon right here on WKMG.
Well, it is that time of year where you start thinking about your health care.
Yeah, coming up, we are hearing from Medicare experts about how to make the right choice for your needs this year. But first, you can map out your family tree, did you know, for free. The resources available to get started on your research. That's next. Julie.
We are looking good for our Halloween. We'll see an afternoon high tomorrow around 84 degrees and then mid-70s by 8 o'clock. We will break down your forecast more hour by hour and also show you who is seeing some rain right now. It's coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching News 6 at 4, getting results. We will be right back. During the break, we are streaming live on Facebook. Search Lisa Bell News on Facebook right now.
News 6 Insider is sponsored by Orange County Library System.
Do you love learning about your genealogy but need some help filling in your family tree? Well, there are free resources you may not know about that can help your research and your heritage connect with family members.
Yeah, so News 6 morning anchor and insider guide Crystal Moyer shows us how to get started on this journey. It's so interesting. And if you're really interested, we all did Ancestry. We did it for a story several years ago. And then at various points, we all went down rabbit holes and then just like, okay, never mind.
Yes. And our, I think, subscriptions have all expired. So it's nice to see that that's available for free. Yeah, I love that.
Of course, it's at the library once again.
All right, Julie Broughton standing by, pinpointing our Halloween forecast for us, Julie.
Yes, Lisa, I know you have your banana costumes ready, right?
I sure do.
Okay.
And I don't want it to rot in the heat, Julie.
Right, you don't want to be too sweaty. I think we're going to see a nice day out there. Maybe a few isolated showers, but that's about it. We're going to continue to see a little bit of a drying trend as we move through the next couple of days. It will, however, stay breezy for us, and that does include your Halloween into the weekend. And then for the tropics, hurricane season officially isn't over for us until November 30th, and we are watching one area for the potential of development. But of course, the Halloween forecast, very important for us. So, you know, the costumes, it can be so hot here in Florida. Now, our afternoon high tomorrow will be in the low to mid 80s with breezy conditions, but by the evening, I think we're going to be in good shape in the 70s. So it should be a nice night to be walking around your neighborhood. Radar scanning out for us right now, showing we're seeing fewer showers right now than we were 24 hours ago. That was expected. We are seeing some isolated showers now moving into Polk County, and we'll keep about a 20% chance of a shower around for the rest of the afternoon into the evening. Here's what it looks like for you right now. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando. We do have some cloud cover out there. 81 degrees. Our winds are coming in out of the east at 14 miles per hour, and we are seeing some higher gusts. 85 if you're in Ocala, 83 right now in the Villages, 82 in Melbourne, and it is 82 if you are in Palm Coast. Now here's a look at our current winds. Notice Miko and Kissimmee both seeing winds gusting to around 27 miles per hour, and you're looking at 23 mile per hour gusts for those of you in Palm Coast. Now here's your hour by hour forecast. Yesterday was National Cat Day. So many of you shared your great cat photos, so we're just going to ride National Cat Day for another day. This is Monkey, and we're looking at 80 degrees at 6 o'clock, falling through the mid-70s by 8 o'clock. Clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos. We absolutely love seeing them. Satellite and radar imagery from across the southeastern United States showing it's really looking pretty quiet. High pressure sitting just off the mid-Atlantic coastline. That's building to the south. We have low pressure over the Caribbean, and that strong pressure gradient is what's keeping our winds gusting to almost 30 miles per hour along the coast. That also means we're looking at rough beach conditions heading to the weekend. Clouds and rain forecast. We stop the clock for you at 10 o'clock. We'll see partly cloudy skies overnight, maybe an isolated sprinkle overnight, but through the day tomorrow, again, you'll notice the model's picking up on just a little bit of light rain. I think that's about it. So rain chances for tomorrow will stay right around 20% or less. So again, no major weather factors for your Halloween activities. Taking you into the tropics, the National Hurricane Center has made this area a little more broad, where we're looking at the potential of some development. A lot of the models are taking whatever develops and moving away from Florida. It's still a little too early to tell, but we are watching it. Now, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Freedom Health Medicare Advantage plans.
A mild night tonight, falling back to 71 degrees. Next 3 days for you, 84 for your high tomorrow, then take you into the weekend. Stay a little bit warmer than normal with highs in the mid-80s, overnight lows around 70, and we fall back this weekend.
All right, Julie, thank you. Make sure to download the free News 6 Pinpoint Weather app so you can get personalized weather alerts sent straight to your phone. Just search WKMG in your app store.
Well, this is the time of year where you usually start to look at your for next year.
Yeah, and for people who are 65 and older, it is time to look at Medicare options. We hear from experts about your coverage choices. That's coming up next.
You're watching News 6 at 4. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Light Orlando, delivering hope together.
Coming up in the morning, saying I do to your boo.
Okay, the local county offering a very unique wedding experience for Halloween and how couples can take part and save some cash at the same time.
Well, that's an interesting one. Plus your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 Morning starting at 5 a.m.
It has been 3 weeks now since Hurricane Milton made landfall in Florida, but a lot of people are still seeing storm debris in their neighborhood.
Coming up, how one county is making it so you can track when it will be picked up.
Plus, local arts and science organizations are getting a big boost in funding all the improvements we are expected to see from the millions of dollars. That's next. You're watching News 6 at 4. Getting results. We'll be right back.
One Hour Air Conditioning and Heating can handle any AC repair. Visit FloridaOneHour.com.
Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 4:30.
We have an update on a Central Florida tax business that promised to get customers big refunds, but instead got them audited. But first,
one hand clap, and then that's the only time you can make noise in here.
A big celebration last night when the Orange County Commission approved nearly $75 million in tourist development tax funding for several major projects for arts and science. Glad you're with us. I'm Lisa Bell.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. This is News 6 at 4:30, getting results. We were at the commission meeting when that happened for a different story yesterday. But after seeing how many people showed up to hear this decision, we followed up on the impact this funding will have on Orange County.
News 6's Emily McLeod spoke with two of the recipients and tells us how they plan to use that money.
Oh, that's so nice to see, because sometimes it's one of the first things to get cut, the arts.
Yeah, and that tourism development tax raises so much money, hundreds of millions of dollars, and a lot of times it goes to things that people who live here don't necessarily use, like the convention center, so it's nice to see some of those
stuff. So that's
other
fantastic.
venues.
All right, let's take you outside for a live look. This is Mount Dora, downtown Mount Dora, courtesy of the city of Mount Dora. All right, doesn't it just look like fall out there?
Meteorologist Julie Broughton is pinpointing everything we need to know about our Halloween forecast. 24 hours from now, Julie, should we be bundling up to hit the streets? Or?
Oh, yes. Put on your heavy coat. I know you've got your banana costume ready, Lisa, so you should be in good shape. This is your Halloween preview, and I'm going to miss using this dog and this cat so much after tomorrow. And also, look, there's a witch just living her life. She looks so free and happy, doesn't she? 84 degrees for our high tomorrow, and then by the time you're trick-or-treating tomorrow night, we'll be in the 70s, so we should be in good shape. Rain chances tomorrow are less than 20%. Radar for us right now showing most of us are dry. We have seen some isolated showers again today. Most of those now have moved over into Polk County, and so the trend will be continuing to dry as we move through the next couple of hours. This is what it looks like for you right now, so we take a live look outside. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando. 81 degrees, but notice the winds pretty gusty out there, coming in out of the east at 14 miles per hour. And we are seeing gusts close to 30 miles per hour. It will stay breezy for us for the next couple of days. Pretty warm in Ocala. You're hanging out at 85, 83 in the Villages, and it is 83 degrees right now in Cocoa Beach. We'll talk more about the tropics for you and take a look ahead to the weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Julie, thank you. Employees of a Central Florida tax preparation company have pleaded guilty to fraud charges.
Neighborhood advance tax promised to get customers the maximum refund, but instead some customers got audited by the IRS. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest has an update 5 years after first exposing this tax prep business.
2 other owners of Neighborhood Advance Tax and 3 of their employees are still awaiting trial on federal fraud charges. All of them have pleaded not guilty.
It's one of those things where if your refund sounds too good to be true, like how are you getting back all this money,
Yes.
then you should question that.
And you should, and I know when we first did this story, there was some question about these filers and whether they knew what was going on. But according to federal investigators, this company actually took steps to train its employees to conceal what it was doing from the filers, from the customers. So at least according to the indictments, they were trying to trick the customers and keep them in the dark.
Okay, you know around tax time, you start seeing all these ads for a tax preparer. How do you find one that's reputable?
And the Statue of Liberty standing out on the road.
Yeah,
waving
exactly,
the torch. And there's always a lot of them, and there are very reputable ones out there. But the IRS says that you should be wary of any tax preparer who claims that they can get you a bigger refund than anyone else. We've posted many other suggestions on how to find a tax preparer on our website, clickorlando.com.
People may also believe that because they hire someone that makes them immune from any sort of prosecution.
At the end of the day, you're the one signing that, and you are responsible for what's on it. And if you get too much refund, as those women showed, you got to pay it back to the government.
Pay it back.
All right, Mike, thank you. Well, it has now been 3 weeks since Hurricane Milton made landfall, and for many in Orange County, debris removal is just beginning. Now, there's a tool you can use to track the progress. As News 6's Mark Lehman shows us, it's all designed to give everyone a better idea of when cleanup will happen in their neighborhood. At last check, debris removal trucks have made it to about 1/3 of Orange County. We've posted a link to the interactive map under this story on the homepage of clickorlando.com. Doctors say now is a good time to get your flu shot and that you should do it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, physicians say they have already seen an increase in RSV, and it was around this time last year when the flu started showing up in a lot of patients in Central Florida. So that's why we are teaming up with Centricare to offer free flu shots. The first event will be on Monday, November 11th at the facility along West 1st Street in Sanford. There will also be 2 more events on the 13th and the 14th in Orlando and in Claremont. The CDC recommends an annual influenza vaccine for everyone 6 months of age and older. We've posted all of those details at clickorlando.com.
Well, check your kids' candy, not for sharp objects, but for wrappers.
Coming up, a local doctor talks Halloween safety with us.
This is not the time to be trying the neighbor's snack that they've handbagged. This is not the time to allow your kid to eat or enjoy any candy that's not still properly packaged.
What she says lands kids in the hospital most often on Halloween.
You're watching News 6 at 4:30, Getting Results. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by your Central Florida Honda dealers. On October 18, 2024, Graham Media Group Orlando, Inc., licensee of WKMG-TV RF Channel 26 Orlando, Florida, filed an application with the Federal Communications Commission for transfer of voting control. Members of the public wishing to view this application or obtain information about how to file comments and petitions on the application can visit publicfiles.fcc.gov and search in WKMG-TV's public file.
It is 4:44. I'm meteorologist Julie Broughton. We are tracking a few isolated showers out there this afternoon, but I think we are in great shape for our Halloween forecast for tomorrow. Here's what you can expect. I know everybody's wondering what the weather's going to be for all the trick-or-treating. We'll see afternoon highs generally in the low to even mid-80s in some spots. Then once we get into the evening after sunset, we quickly dip into the 70s. We will keep it breezy, and I think we'll be mostly dry for our day tomorrow. Here's a look outside for you at Daytona Beach. This is our Daytona Toyota DeLand Kia Skycam, and you can see a lot of folks out enjoying the beach, some people getting in the water, but you can tell just by looking at that shot there that the surf is rough, and that trend will continue as we move into the weekend. Feels nice out there though. Right now sitting at 82 degrees, a whole lot of sunshine. Winds are coming in out of the east at 10 miles per hour, and it is that onshore component to our winds that is bringing us those hazardous beach and boating conditions, keeping that threat of rip currents high as we move into the weekend, and seas around 7 to 10 feet today and 6 to 10 feet tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. Radar 4 is scanning out, showing most of us are dry. Yesterday at this time, you'll recall we had a lot of isolated showers on the radar. Most of that rain that we've seen has tracked to the west, moving into areas like Polk County, and will continue moving to the west as some drier air moves in. Temperatures have been a little bit warmer than normal today. 84 in Leesburg. Our normal high this time of year is right around 82, so we beat that in most spots. 82 right now on Palm Coast, and it is 83 if you are in Cocoa Beach. Winds are gusting close to 30 miles per hour right now in some spots, including Micco. Kissimmee, you're looking at 22 mile per hour wind gusts, and winds are gusting to 24 miles per hour right now in Flagler County. It's that strong onshore component to the winds has been picking up on some of that low level moisture and helping to create some of those showers. So rain chances for the rest of the day are around 20% or less. Your hour by hour forecast showing 77 at 7 o'clock, 75 at 8 o'clock. And by the way, this is baby. Go to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos with us. I heard Ginger say, oh, yes, baby's beautiful. Water vapor imagery showing we're seeing a lot of orange, that drier air moving in a lot. That's why we're seeing fewer showers today. High pressure sitting to our north is helping to bring us that onshore component to our winds. So you'll notice on the modeling, clouds and rain forecast generally moving that moisture from east to west. We go through the overnight hours. Some of the models picking up on just a few isolated sprinkles, but overall, I think we should stay dry. And then tomorrow, again, maybe a 20% or less chance of a few showers, but I think we are in good shape for our Halloween. Quick check of the tropics for you. I know you've been hearing a lot about the tropics. National Hurricane Center still highlighting this area in the southwest Caribbean, giving it a 40% chance of further development over the next 7 days. The models have been a little all over the place with this. If it were to develop, it would not, if it were to have Florida impacts, would not be until at least a week from now. If you stick around, meteorologist Jonathan Kagas is going to talk much more about that in just a moment. Now, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by the Flooring Center.
71 for our overnight low tonight. Next 3 days showing 84 tomorrow, and then take you into the weekend. Still a little warmer than normal, but overall not too bad. And remember, we fall back this weekend.
All right, Julie, thank you. And as you know, believe it or not, there is still a month left of hurricane season.
Yeah, even though the weather is cooling off, the Caribbean is still ripe for development. News 6 meteorologist Jonathan Kagas is pinpointing that fuel in the tropics that could give us another named storm. Now, Jonathan goes in depth on the big weather stories weekday mornings at 7 o'clock. Watch WeatherWise on our News 6 Plus streaming app for your smart TV and on clickorlando.com.
This time tomorrow, millions of little ghosts and goblins will be getting ready to go trick-or-treating. But before they hit the road, there are some things you may want to keep in mind. According to the CDC, children are twice as likely to be hit by a car on Halloween than any other night of the year. I had the chance to talk with Dr. Amber Teague earlier today. She is a pediatric ER doctor at HCA Florida Osceola Hospital. So it's pretty informative to talk with her. And, you know, when you hear those statistics that kids are twice as likely to be hit by a car on Halloween, it's pretty alarming. So here are some tips to be safer tomorrow night. You should likely use a flashlight or wear reflective clothing or even reflective tape. It's fairly inexpensive, easy to use. Of course, stay on the sidewalks or paths. Beware of tripping hazards, even costumes that are too long, or face masks, which can make it tough to see. Instead, opt for face paint. paint versus a face mask. And above all, just keep a close eye on your kids as they go door to door. That's one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
A lot of people are on their phones on Halloween, snapping pictures, looking at pictures of other people.
There's so much going on, and the kids are super excited as
running
well.
all over the place.
And they may possibly be hopped up on sugar a little bit,
100%.
They're sampling
Yes.
as they go along, so you got to
Yes.
be really careful.
All right, and speaking of sugar, here's where you come in. Open your camera app, scan that QR code you see right now on your screen. Click the link, and it's going to take you to our poll today. And our question today, what type of candy is your favorite for Halloween? I don't fully understand this question. So you can select chocolate, sour, sweet. Isn't chocolate sweet or candy corn? You can also go to
corn is not even a candy.
I think that's our boss likes candy corn, and I think she's the one who put that on there. You can also go to clickorlando.com/react and send in your response to our poll that way. I think she's been stuffing the ballot box too.
I can't believe that candy corn is that far ahead, or it's about to lead.
Yeah,
or is it
I like Twizzlers. I will take Twizzlers over chocolate on Halloween.
I mean, we're asking the adults what kind of candy. Isn't it about the children?
No,
What do they
Ginger,
like?
it's not.
I'm just
This
gonna
is
give
the
out-
one night of the year where they go to work, get the candy for the parents.
My
I think
annual tradition of Mountain Dew and Skittles for all the kids.
lovely. We are not going to Ginger's house.
News 6 at 5 is next.
Anchor Matt Austin is in the studio with what's ahead.
Take all the candy corn and the Twizzlers and just throw them in your nearest dumpster.
No, bring them to me.
It's disgusting. We're about 10 minutes away from another SpaceX launch from Cape Canaveral. We will bring you the liftoff live, plus polling lines have been long across the state as millions take advantage of early voting. The records local elections offices expect to shatter this year. And you guys just talked about it, but Halloween is on the doorstep. What drivers and trick-or-treaters need to keep in mind to stay safe tomorrow. Your pinpoint accurate forecast is minutes away. Don't forget you can stream all of our newscasts and live cameras just like this one. Looking choppy out there on the coast. News 6 Plus.